This is an interesting game because of the Ravens' win streak. If you're the betting type, which Lurch is, the Ravens are actually favored -1.5.
They
so
are.
If you like the Commanders to pull off the upset, +1.5. Total is 38.5. If you want to just bet straight up on the money line, you can bet the Commanders +115 or -143 for the Ravens.
FanDuel throws out a prop. Will the Ravens win all of their preseason games this year? Yes, +180. No, -235.
Ooh.
Well, there's only 2 left.
There's only 2 left. They play the Bucs.
You could still
next
get
week.
in on it.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't I walk to the BetMGM window and just place a small wager on the game for the Ravens to win? I think I should do that.
Right.
Maybe I'll end their streak, Valdez. Maybe I'll be the reason the streak
I've told you.
ends.
Cakes. That's. I can't believe you're putting less faith in me than ever
It's
before.
his game of the
I
year.
told you it's my game of the year, and you go, I'm just going to walk to the kiosk and bet the Ravens.
The streak ends tonight, according to Valdez.
Yeah, he's a big Commanders
And
guy
what was
tonight.
what's your rationale again? I know you said it last week, but
Well,
Baltimore's not playing anybody.
do you understand that if Sam
I don't
Howell,
understand.
if Sam Howell and the ones, if they would look awful on the first drive or first 2 drives, it's actually concerning because I'm telling you, there's no one playing on the defense. They have 0 pass rush.
Are they tanking this game on purpose?
No, there's just
Has
everyone.
the streak gotten too big?
No, it's just
Taking on
everyone
life of its own.
Everyone's all nicked up. Humphrey just had his surgery. Rock Ya-Sin's going to be out. Pepe Williams has a hurt foot. Jalen Armour-Davis is hurt. There's your top 4 cornerbacks.
Yeah, that's true.
You have the entire game where you're going against.
But
six
it
cornerbacks.
could be backups versus backups.
I'm
sure it will be.
And that's
you know
probably what
I
it's
know-
going to be
and
for
so
most
I
of the
think
game.
that Ron will also take that into account and go, we're not going to get much out of our starters going against their backup.
I know, but
So
if
why should we
De'Ami-
play our starters?
But if De'Ami Brown can't get separation from Brandon Stevens, there's a De'Ami Brown problem.
Well,
I think he can.
Some would argue there's been a De'Ami Brown problem for 2 seasons
But I don't think
already.
it's been De'Ami getting separation. It's been De'Ami catching the ball.
I'm just,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is that if the offense looks bad, even if the second string offense looks bad, it's concerning.
I wonder how many people will be out there for this one. This is the first game at FedEx since
With the new
Harris with the new
ownership.
ownership.
I think people will be out. Why not? Tailgate.
That's
People
what
got to
I'm
get their tailgate game back on.
I'm guessing
They
there's
gotta
going to be a
get
lot of
their
people.
grills back out.
Yep, they got to get ready
I mean,
for
it's
the
not going to be a
regular
full
season.
house, but, it is Baltimore.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm expecting the tailgate scene to raise up significantly.
Should
this
be
season.
vibrant.
Revitalized.
Yes.
Yeah, be revitalized.
By the way, Hit the Skin sponsored by Don't Sleep Energy Drink. Don't Sleep gives you the energy to hit the skins every day. Buy some now at don'tsleepenergy.com. You can use the promo code Junkies. Follow, tag, and share on all social media at Don't Sleep Energy. Don't sleep makes you great.
I have no predictions on the game. I've never cared about preseason results.
Except for that
Well,
Osaka season.
The Spurrier year, he made it interesting.
He got
but
us all excited.
Nobody really cares about preseason. I literally never say, "Hey, did the Commanders win?" Like it's not even a thing.
Right.
But I'm even more convinced now that Howell and the starters aren't going to play much at all. If the Ravens aren't playing their starters, there's no reason for him to put our starters out there. and
Build some
expose them.
confidence.
Yeah, maybe for a series
some
or two.
timing down.
When he says very limited, very,
Right.
very, 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 very limited.
Plus, it's probably the
Well,
back of his mind. He's like, I've seen Sam Howell against these players already
Yeah.
in the joint practice.
Well,
Why
right.
do I need to do more of it?
Right.
Well, that's stupid. If Ron wants to and Eric wants to see something, why let the Ravens dictate what you want to do?
Well, because it doesn't
Like, if you
necessarily
wanna-
give you a great look if you're doing it against the twos.
Yeah, but don't you want to see if the players can run what you've installed correctly?
I think they did that on Wednesday and Thursday or whatever last week, Tuesday and Wednesday. I think they did that. So
Totally
I'm telling you, this
unpredict-
game is going to be a big dud.
Totally unpredictable.
This might be the worst preseason game. Worse than the week one game.
There were pros, and then there were duds.
I mean, the Ravens are all banged up. They're not going to play any of their guys.
Well, how about
Ron's not going to then expose his guys to the guys that are going to be driving trucks in
No, week
2 weeks.
3's got to be the absolute worst.
Yeah, it's going to be bad.
I mean, who
I think this will
plays
be
in-
up there with them.
The real dregs play in week 3.
Right. I think this will be up there with it.
Well, that's why you're going to see week 3 of preseason go away in the next couple of years.
Maybe. If all goes well.
You're going to see another
Because then you
regular
can see
season
week
game.
18.
You're going to
All
see
right, so
18
here are
regs,
some
yes,
guys
and then you're going to see one less
that
preseason.
you might be interested in. Brian Manning has put together a list of 5 commanders for Commander's Wire that you should keep an eye on. These are guys that have kind of raised some eyebrows in practice, that people have some expectations on. One is we've seen flashes if he would run in a straight line.
Yes.
Because if you're Allen, especially as your kick returner,
Okay.
right? He's getting some good looks there. He's obviously got the speed that gets you going. He runs sideways though, man. He needs to sit down and have a sit down with Brian Mitchell.
He needs to go north-south. He
needs
needs
to
to learn
how to go right up the gut and just be ballsy, because he has the ability to take one to the house for sure. But he's certainly been fighting for a roster spot. Return specialist seems to be where his real opportunity is, but he can play some receiver too. So keep an eye out for him. Mitchell Tinsley is another name that we keep hearing about. He's another undrafted free agent who, if nothing else, I think has probably secured a spot on the practice squad when it's all said and done. They say they love the routes he runs. He's got great hands, and he continues to make plays in practice. So see if Mitchell Tinsley could turn that into some game action.
Tinsley was at Penn State for 1 year, and he was at Western Kentucky before that, and he actually put up some pretty big numbers last year
is there a
at
reason
Western Kentucky.
that he couldn't be the 5th or 6th wideout
Well,
on the active roster?
It's just a big room.
Yeah.
You got Byron Pringle in there.
Yeah, I forgot. Kind of forget about him.
You know,
signed in the 1-year deal.
Depends on how they allocate like their assets as far as like Kazmir Allen.
Special teams, too.
You got Dax Milne, who's not going to do anything, but he'll catch the ball. Not going to turn it over for you. He might step out of bounds, but he should catch it, right? Another guy that they're saying you should keep an eye on is guard Mason Brooks. He's another undrafted free agent, and he can be like a backup guard. Offensive line play is something that we're all watching. Sadiq Charles, he's got to stay healthy. Chris Paul has done, I think, a decent job when given an opportunity, but Sadiq is the guy they're really keeping an eye out for. But you need depth there on that offensive line. So Mason Brooks is someone to keep an eye on.
How many of those ones you think will start tonight?
I think most
on the
of them,
on the line.
I think most of them will start.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you that it's going to be a mass exodus.
If Cosme or if Hal's going to start, then I'm guessing the ones will start.
The other 2 guys that he points out to keep an eye on the defensive side of the ball, obviously they're was he their 3rd round pick? When the hell did they pick? No, 2nd round pick. Quan Martin.
Martin, yeah.
He was their second round pick, right? Yep. Because they took Forbes in the 1st round, Quan Martin in the 2nd round, and people have raved about him in practice, but they say he didn't play great in his debut against the Browns. So maybe looking for more opportunities there for him. The problem is it's just it's kind of gotten crowded there in the defensive backfield. They got a lot of players there that could contribute.
Yep.
And then
what do they usually keep? 8 or 10 DBs?
Between the safeties and corners, probably closer to 10. I would guess. 9 or 10.
And then the last guy they say to keep an eye out for is defensive end Andre Jones Jr. He is 7th round defensive end. Where did he play in school?
He went
Jason?
to B. Mitch's school.
Yeah,
Oh,
Louisiana.
that's the guy. Yeah,
Louisiana guy.
A lot of hype.
People have been talking him up. So really, I think tonight's going to be more about the backup guys. It's going to look, I think, markedly close to a 3rd preseason game, minus maybe 1 or 2 series. That's my guess now. Last week I thought that Howell would play a half. And this would be, the game. But now I'm thinking that he's barely going to play. Let's go to Gene in Hagerstown. What do you think? What are you expecting? Just expect to be let down. That's always my preseason expectation. I try to get worked up.
Keep them low.
But keep your
You got
expectations
to go by
low.
the Cakes mantra. He said he's not going to complain about preseason anymore.
I'm not complaining about it. I'm just.
Why? Why is he?
Because all
you
season,
get steps
off season,
closer to the real thing.
Right.
Yeah, all off season we're waiting for
They're
something
just
to happen.
mileposts, like
Yeah.
going by on the highway.
Yeah.